Welcome all you Misty Fields. I'm the Morning One CJ Metal, and today I'm crying over Songs of More and Misty Fields by Empyrium, released all the way back in 1997. Wow. This album shows that folk and doom metal belong together. I remember actually coming across this band years ago, back when I was in college, but I never really checked them out until recently, and I'm very glad I did, because there is some very, very good stuff. So as one can assume, this isn't a moshing album or even a headbanging album. Empyrium instead offers the listener an experience through their well-crafted mood and atmosphere. Now, while this album isn't labeled as atmospheric, the atmosphere is really what makes this album so great, at least to me. Well, I mean, of course there's other things that make this album great, but the atmosphere is really the main attraction. Since the atmosphere on this album is really what is the main attraction, let's go ahead and talk about it a bit. So, what Empyrium creates on this album is really an atmosphere and mood full of like gloominess and melancholy. I wouldn't call it depressing though, or anything like that, because there's something about the music on here that kind of, in a sense, elevates it above depressing, but it still maintains a very somber tone. It's not like depressing, kind of like Warnings, Watching from a Distance kind of depressing. It's more of like a step above depressing, but still maintaining that very sad kind of mood and atmosphere. So in a sense, it's kind of refreshing to hear a band kind of restrict themselves in a sense, or kind of, not go straight for the jugular of depression, but go for something a little bit different while still maintaining that sad tone. So it's kind of like a different shade of sadness, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Now, while the atmosphere obviously is the main attraction, there is also something else I want to point out. Now, when a band decides to go for the symphonic subgenre of metal music, they typically minimize the role of the symphonics to either a background or as an enhancement to like the band's chorus or riff or, something like that. Rarely have I really heard a band utilize symphonics as either like a leading or even co-leading kind of component. Empyrium does just that on this album. The symphonics have their own time to shine and often actually take the leading role, usually after the vocals or sometimes with or things like that. But it's nice to hear that a band actually uses the symphonics in more of a bigger way than just, as mentioned before, backgrounds. In that sense, I think it's cool, at least to me anyways. Now, with all that being said, I wouldn't necessarily say that this album is perfect, at least in my eyes. It is a good/great album, so I still would recommend checking it out, especially if you're looking for something more on the gloomy and melancholic side. And I should also probably mention that this album does have like these little pockets of black metal in it. Something I wasn't expecting, but that's cool, I guess. Anyways, hope you're all having a great day. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you tell a friend to do the same. And I will see you all at the next review.